Libra. This is your June 24 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, hopefully these messages will support you as you navigate your way through the next few weeks. Thanks for joining me on the channel. It's Romy here. We're going to open up this month for you with the energy of the Seven of Pentacles. This month is really lighting up conversations, and for you, as we activate this ninth spiritual house and we welcome in the first week this stellium of energy in Gemini, you are evolving your spiritual practice, and to the degree that I would say, you're likely to experience a really profound quantum jump taking place in the month of June. It's almost like you're seeing alternative realities for your life. You're feeling and sensing them so clearly. And there's something about the activation that takes place in this first week of June that really helps you to understand what's required on your part to let it in. Now, Mercury shifts into Gemini on the 3rd. And we've then got this really beautiful aspect with Venus, Cazimi, happening on the 4th. It's an incredibly potent energy, it's influential, and it brings warmth and an opportunity to really reflect on your own value and to hold yourself in an incredibly compassionate, loving space so that you can have the type of conversations that you're ready to have. This is just ahead of the new moon in Gemini on the 6th, where a true fresh start and new beginning is taking place. Now, this gathering of energy in fellow air sign for you in the 9th house is activating, an understanding of the wisdom of your journey. And you really need to cherish that, because I think you're going to be asking yourself the question around this time, can this work? Yeah, can this work? The answer, Libra, is yes, but only if you do. So what is it that you need to do to continue to preserve and to protect, the things that help you to dedicate and devote towards what truly matters for you? There's something incredibly inspirational happening in that first part of June, and you are likely to see some rapid progress, but it is asking something of you. And I think that also means not expecting you from other people. Yeah, so what I mean by that is, sometimes we are in a place where, we've come to an understanding or an appreciation, or we have dedicated or committed a certain amount of ourselves into something. And at the very least, we expect somebody else to be able to do the same. And when they don't pull their weight, or they don't step up in a way that helps to balance out the energy, then we can feel like we're taking more of our share of the load. Ten of Wands suggests that you feel a little bit overburdened in regards to something. What I'm going to say is that sometimes people are ready, but they're not quite ready to express that. And so I feel like there's something about the month of June holding space for someone to catch up and allow them to step forward. And yes, in the short term, temporarily, it may feel to you like it's not going to happen, it's not going in the direction I want, or, you don't think that they're going to be capable of, what you need from them. And so in that interim period, it may feel like it's too much, and you might really be considering your possibilities and the kind of next step for you. I do feel that you are likely to see through the course of this month quite a significant change in someone around you by way of their behaviour or the way that they're showing up for you. So I think that Ten of Wands has purpose. And remember, whenever we feel like something is too much, or we're at the point where we feel like, I need to let this go, I need to give up, I need to set something down, is often when we're just right ahead of the breakthrough. And I feel like you're set to have quite an exceptional breakthrough, but how it transpires for you is much more on the spiritual level with all of that 9th house. So it's something that you're learning, an alternate perception that seems to come through for you, especially in that beginning of June. We also have Mars shifting into Taurus on the 8th, and I think that's an incredibly helpful energy for you in order to look at dealing with what that Ten of Wands might be representative. You know, Mars in Taurus is giving us a very grounded, stoic energy. It's helping us to know what it is that we have to do. And it's giving us a sense of patience and persistence, and actually just the energy to be conserved in the right way so we don't burn out. And when we're in a month where we have such a stellium of buzzy, light-filled Gemini influence, I think the grounding of that Mars and Taurus is going to be exactly what you need in order to just, you know, keep breathing and go, right, this situation is incredibly temporary. I know why I'm doing it. And you are likely to get the reprieve from it actually much sooner than you anticipate. But in the meantime, there's like this breakthrough taking place. Like I see this quantum jump, because it's really helping you to focus and go, you know, I feel into this new life. I feel into this new vision of what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be. And it's never been more clear. It's never been more clear. And so it's like through the month of June, a deep understanding of where you want to now direct and prioritize yourself. Now, is that hard work? Yeah, Ten of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, something feels like hard work, but sometimes hard work can be incredibly gratifying, especially when we know why we're doing it, you know? If we end up in situations where we feel like it's all toil and there's no real reward or outcome that we can make sense of. But for you in June, I think there is a clarity that's come that says, okay, this is what it's going to take. And remember, I've always advocated 2024 is a year about saying this is what it's going to take, looking things in the eye and kind of being prepared, if you like, to do the hard things. And so, you know, what we have through the course of June is an energy from you that's also upskilling and mastering and strengthening and improving something that you already have a gift. You know, you already have a sense of an ability with regards to something. But I see June being a time when you know, markedly decide to want to take that a step further. Patience is truly your ally in the month of June. You need to be easy on yourself. Sometimes divine timing means that, you know, we don't get to negotiate like how things show up for us in the order that they do. But there's definitely something incredibly fated about what shows up for you. Now, we have some strong pentacle energy kind of really holding in place and providing this firm foundation for you to begin to build upon with a sense of trust. Yeah, so I think that there's an opportunity in some of the things that matter to you and the priorities you have in June to feel like you're under a firm footing to begin that sort of fresh start that new moon in Gemini is really going to want to encourage you to take. Now, a date I do want to call out is the 11th, because Mars is squaring Pluto. And this is a kind of power and fear activation, right? We're challenged around this time. Often it's in the sense, because remember, Pluto is retrograde, what's keeping me small? Where do I feel really disempowered? Where am I not utilizing my power in a way that's helping me to continue to evolve and to grow and to feel confident in who I am and what's going on in my life? And, you know, of course, Mars in Taurus might also bring about, you know, some fear and some power plays with regards to abundance or security for you. So there might be discussions or things going on that are also trying to, you know, create some destabilization. But remember, you know, this aspect is also showing you something. It's shining a light on something inwardly to you. And because of the spiritual light that is gathering itself in and around you in the month of June, like, you just see things so differently. It's just like all of a sudden somebody cleaned a window and the view that you have now is like in full vibrant color, and you're like, wow, this really landed for me, like I really get it. But remember, that 11th could feel like a bit of a tension filled day, or just a day that feels like it's bringing a lot of fear or anxiety up for you in regards to certain things going on. Of course, we then shift in to more Cancerian energy. Venus moves sign on the 16th, Mercury on the 17th, and then we're going to welcome the Sun and solstice arriving on the 20th. Four of Wands, beautiful energy coming in a balancing, celebratory way, actually. Something to celebrate for you coming in toward the end of June. And I think you do feel, as I said, that there's a foundation with which you can build upon, meaningful conversations and a greater degree of intimacy coming in for you around that time of the month. Intimacy can, translate in many different ways. We can be intimately comfortable with spending time by ourselves. We can create intimacy through new connections and friendships, within our partnerships. Whatever that is, it really brings about a vulnerability for you that helps you to be able to share and to open up in a way that is also very gratifying and healing for you. Now, ahead of the solstice energy, we also have asteroid goddess Vesta shifting into Leo, and here there's a beautiful spiritual hunger for the meaning of things, and you are going to be asking a lot of questions of yourself in regards to certain things that are going on in your life right now. What does this really mean? Like, what is this representative to me in my life at this time? Where is this going? And I can see you asking that question of yourself and others that you're connected to, whether it be professionally, personally, romantically. It's like, where is this going? And I think that's an important question to table, knowing that perhaps you might not necessarily get the instantaneous answer, but just bringing it out in the open, just speaking it out loud. Those words are enough to sort of help create a new dialogue and spark something that helps you both to start considering things in a new way, or within the group, within the team, within the friendship circle, whatever it is. It's just kind of helping to draw the focus towards where it's supposed to be. And remember, this is all about how you're feeling in Cancerian season. And part of that means you also kind of need to take care of that inner child, so there might be some sort of more sensitive, vulnerable things that are playing out, in that sort of mid to late part of June. But at the same time, I feel like you're willing to go there because the learning curve, albeit steep, is also incredibly important at this time. You're just showing me you're in a space where you're just ready and open to receive. And honestly, it's the little things that truly matter hugely this month. And that means from other people as well. So it's the small gesture that just, I suppose, shows somebody's intention and validates something that you've already been thinking. And again, helps to focus and give you opportunity to say, okay, now I'm ready to commit to this. And there is a commitment energy that seems to be bubbling up through the month of June in a way that feels good to you, okay? You're definitely going to be playing around with the idea of, to what degree do I want this to feel more traditional or conventional, or to what degree do I need to create something that is just much more unique and much more me? And I think there's probably a hybrid. There's a little bit of both there. So however, again, that is overlaid in what's going on for you, whether that be in your relationships, in your workspace, and something that, is going on and that you're planning for in your life. This kind of amalgamation of, taking things from the past that still feels sacred and traditional and something that you want to honor in terms of your own values and principles, but also wanting to inject something that feels totally new and different and vibrant, also really helps you to feel much more enthusiastic and seems to spark a light and bring a sense of renewal through Vesta and Leo, bringing beautiful creative energy in around that time. Solstice, of course, is just such a beautiful energy for us to realign with the Earth's energy, those seasonal activations that take place, helping to support a reset. And we're grounded in by the full moon in Capricorn that happens the next day. This is the first of two full moons, right, in Capricorn. Second one happens July 21st, which means that we've also got a second chance, if you like, to navigate with whatever is showing up for us around that period of time in June. I feel, because we're going to be moving into the 10th house in Cancerian season for you, we've got this beautiful sense of something taking off. I like this a lot for you. And I think the revelation is that, yes, I can do it. And also back to what I said with the question, can this work? The answer is yes, because you've allowed yourself to let go of something. And look how we see the change happening. 10 of Wands, we do the work, we find more balance, we learn from the experience, and then we take off. And this is like a really beautiful storyline I see kind of playing out. So something to celebrate around solstice, and the energy, the news, the messages that are in motion. Remember, there's a momentum that's already been building for you through the course of this year. And June is a beautiful time to really see it and to really kind of feel into the direction it's starting to take you. There's a huge inward focus right now within the collective. in a way that, you know, perhaps feels that it's making a lot of things feel quiet and subdued, particularly, you know, in feeling like you're making the progress or seeing the results. But it's because everyone needs to find within themselves their truth and their direction and their purpose and their path and their way forward. And for many, it's very different to what they'd expected or where they have been previously. So that demands and requires a certain degree of you know, patience to kind of allow that process to unfold. But what we're seeing is, you know, as we move through June, there's a sort of opening up energy that you're starting to feel into. Whatever it is that you need to let go of, I think, you know, you're aware of it around that full moon Capricorn, but it might just take some time and consideration and thoughtfulness before you're really ready to go, okay, I'm gonna move on, I'm gonna let go, or I'm really gonna deal with this. A lot of stuff going on within work and career starting to bubble up as well toward the end of June. But even if you're taking time off around this period, you know, and you're needing the respite and the stillness, your mind is still acting, you know, very creatively, and it's almost like it gets space and time to think and consider about what it is that you do want and how you do want to move forward. And that's something to incredibly you know, take advantage of and to really cherish. You know, sometimes deciding who you are, Libra, is about deciding who you will absolutely not be ever again. And I also think that there's something quite profound that happens for you towards the end of June as you reflect back to a specific time that may be fairly recent, or it may have been, you know, deeper into the past, but there's just this recognition that you've really changed beyond all measure. And so there's no need to repeat or go back, or even to hold yourself in the space of who that person was. Everything about that helped you to get to where you are. Of course, Saturn is also going to station retrograde in Pisces on the 29th. We have that slow down energy that takes place to help us to master something, to get it right. And again, a lot of that inward focus starting to emerge as more of the planets shift into retrograde energy. But for me, I think you're feeling lighter towards the end of the month. This is really important. This is where the rapid progress and this quantum jump can also happen for you. Extraordinary energy to work with. If you're new to the channel, our last 3 cards we look at in the extended version of the reading, you can find the link below. And we look at a personal and a relationship card for you as well there, Libra. I hope you'll join me. It just helps me to continue offering the free readings every month. I'm just going to go ahead and pull some clarifiers and see the direction we are going to take this for you. So we've got 5 of Swords coming through. All the decks I use are always listed. We've got another 7 of Pentacles. For me, this is often new jobs or job offers or interviews coming through, and also something coming around that sort of comes to fruition. And you know, it feels to me that it's been a long time coming, and perhaps you even thought it wasn't going to happen. Knight of Pentacles we've got here. Now, all my sacred titles, my oracle deck, my book, Moon Musings, all my sacred guided soul meditations, including a new one for solstice this month, ways to work with me, you can find over on my website, romywiser.com. So please take a moment if you're new to the channel to go check that out. Another 8 of Wands, love that for you. 4 of Swords, we've got Queen of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. What about this Hierophant? Strength, lovely. 8 of Pentacles again. Look at all these coins showing up. Something really tangible emerging for you this month. 8 of Cups. You know, I think with that full moon, I do think that you're gonna need the time through June and July to process the decision of moving on or letting go of something. I don't think it's an immediate choice that is necessarily going to be acted upon through the month of June. It's just like the fresh start of that Gemini energy, and that stellium, so powerful in its gathering, is just forcing you to say, like, I can't not accept this new energy and move in this direction, right? So let's look at the Life Soul Vision Oracle. This is my own deck, Solstice. Love that coming through, of course, in a month where we will celebrate solstice. Alchemize the Ape. We have Spirit Bear, Ancestral Protection, the Sun, Charged in Light, Spirit Lion, Spiritual Strength, and the Rainbow Dragon and the Wild Rose. Love these cards for you this month. Libra. Okay, and we're going to check out one further oracle card for Libra for the month of June. We'll explore this in your extended reading. What do we have? We've got fear coming through here. Let's explore that and see where it takes us. I hope you'll join me. The link is below. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Have a beautiful month of June. Enjoy solstice. Check out my guided meditation over on romywiser.com, and I'll see you again next time.